She could be any 5-year-old getting bandaged up in hospital the world over. But this little girl was hurt falling in the rubble left by explosions outside her home in Syria. She and all these other patients only have access to medical care at all thanks to an appeal started by one woman from Brighton.
Hospitals are continually targeted and attacked in Syria deliberately. About half of the medical profession have left the country. It's so dangerous now, and doctors and nurses are actively targeted and killed. A few weeks ago, a father was brought into our hospital having been shot in the abdomen. If he had had to be transported to another hospital, it would have taken a good 4.5 hours for him to get there, and he would have died during that time.
We can't say exactly where they are for security reasons, but one of the hospitals is in an area previously held by the so-called Islamic State group. The appeal also funds a medical team in the Aleppo area, scene of some of the war's fiercest fighting. Samara Levy started collecting clothes and shoes from parents at her son's school in August 2014. Now, 2 years later, her volunteers are about to finish their 47th lorry load of donations, ready to set off for refugee camps in Syria and Iraq, as well as to supply the 2 new hospitals.
My dad died about a little over a year ago, and we actually labelled the boxes and marked them with red tape. And Samara had them tracked, and we actually saw images of the man that actually received the aid box. So we know that it gets there, and Dad would have been really proud. So yeah, it's good.
But the hospitals also need financial donations to be able to operate. The first treated 1,000 patients last month, but currently the appeal is only raising enough money to run them at a third of their full capacity. The lead doctor in Syria was worried about his safety if he spoke to us on the phone, but agreed to answer my questions over email, describing his struggles with team members being kidnapped, equipment stolen, and coping with physical attacks on staff. The most difficult part, he said, is to keep our team encouraged. Imagine if you see 10 dead people each day. Sometimes I want to cry. I feel that I have to be like Superman, but I'm just a normal man. And with the conflict in Syria as bitter and bloody as ever, Samara and her team are now fundraising for their 3rd hospital. Amanda Akas, BBC South East Today.